We welcome in the coach, our coach, Coach David Patrick, Sac State Hornets. On the road today, Coach. You different. You've been around enough NBA players. You've been around the NBA long enough. You've been around basketball players. Period. You got to know that you joining us on a game day, literally hours before you take the court as a coach. That's not normal. Like, yeah, game film, naps, like this. Coach, you aren't a typical coach, man. This is different. We appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you having me on, man. I will tell you this: we had practice early this morning, so now my job's done in terms of preparation. Now they got to go out there and play and compete tonight. But appreciate you having me on.
Do you have a routine as a coach? I know me as a player, I used to, oddly enough, I used to never want to take naps. It was really superstitious. The times that I would like fall asleep before a game, I don't think I played well. And I don't know if the nap had anything to do with it, but because I didn't play well, I never napped anymore, right? Like, so I'd stay up or play video games, listen to music. But as a coach, I couldn't really think of any pre-game ritual I have. Do you have one as a coach now?
You know what? I used to when I was in college, and then when I spent my time in the NBA with the Rockets, and then when I spent my time in the summers with our national team around the pro guys, I'm like, man, them dudes just go eat, go have coffee, and go play games. So I felt like I was taking myself too seriously as a college coach after being around pro guys. You guys around those NBA guys, they do what they got to do and they show up to play. So I definitely prepare for the game, but game day, man, I've watched enough film. I try to watch ESPN, and I watched the college signing stuff today with football. Just try to get my mind off the game, and I'll lock in around 3-4 o'clock for the 6 o'clock tip again.
If you're wondering what type of gangster Coach Patrick is, we're at the stage of the season where he's beating teams and taking their money now. Y'all had another close one with Fresno State. Didn't realize it'd been a 23-game losing streak to Fresno State. And they said, Sac State, come on, let's get some. Paid you to be there. And Coach said, I'm going to take your money and take this dub. Another close win, though, Coach. Like, how do you, what's the value in being in, because it feels like, it feels like all of your games are really close here at this point, but you've had a lot of close wins over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, look, we were close, and we actually was a 6-point lead, and we kind of held that 6-point lead instead of cutting it to overtime like we have been the last 3 games. So I felt like there was growth there at Fresno State. We didn't play great, to be honest, the first probably 30 minutes of the game, and then the last 10 minutes we kind of played our style of basketball and came away with a good victory against a good team. Fresno State's in the Mountain West. Like you said, they paid us a lot of money to go down there. So anytime you can get a road win, get some money, get some extra Christmas gifts, man, it's a good trip.
Hey, man, how good are you and the guys feeling right now, man? I mean, look at your last 3 wins, a very good Denver team who only suffered losses to Sac State. Long Beach State, that's a Big West school. You know what I mean? Big West is a really strong conference. And then you talked about Fresno State in the Mountain West, and you guys are taking down all 3 of them, man. I mean, how are you guys feeling right now? You guys got to feel like there's bring on Connecticut, bring on UConn. That's how you got to be feeling right now.
Yeah, we ain't that crazy. Yeah. No, but I will say this: it's a good vibe, But I have to, as a coach, I gotta reel it in sometimes. Even last night at pregame dinner and the day of practice, like you got to keep that edge. And I think that's what when you lose, you come back with an edge. And what you don't want to do is get complacent. When you see that happening even at the NBA level, you take your foot off the gas and then you get bitten. So trying to keep that edge, especially going into Christmas. A lot of these guys are from the East Coast and from overseas, and these guys are going home. So you try to keep them focused, especially this last game going into Christmas break.
How do you do that, though?
Oh man, I just show them all the upsets. I keep calling them out. I think North Alabama beat Ole Miss last night. Drake beat Mississippi State. So Wofford beat Texas A&M. So that happens, right? When you're focused, because I've been on the other side at a Power 5 school when you think you're getting an easy game and they come in and get you. So try to just show them truths, tell them truths, and this is a good team we're playing tonight here at Fullerton.
Yeah, man, and finally, I know you have no control over this, but we get a chance to see these guys live, on ESPN Plus, or you definitely can listen on ESPN 1320. That's what I'll be doing because I got Christmas shopping to do. But I mean, what with this Cal State Fullerton team? What is, you don't have to give away all the strategy, but what are you guys kind of looking at? I mean, it's a pretty good team. Once again, another Big West team. That I really like that conference. So they're going to come with it. What are you guys looking forward to in this game?
Look, the coach there is a good friend, Dedrick Taylor, so I know what they're about. They don't change who they are. They drive you to the basket over and over again and see whether you can stop them in there. And they got good guards. They won the Big West last year, went to the NCAA tournament. They beat Long Beach State in the Big West tournament, so they got a lot of experience. They're really good at home. They're undefeated at home, which will pose a threat to us. But I'm hopeful our size and our depth. I think our bench has grown over the last few games. Will come into play here. We can try and steal one more game going into Christmas.
Oh, here's your bench, but over the last few games, it feels like you've had different guys make really big contributions. Like, Caleb McRae dropped like 21 against Fresno State, and how big is it for you to be able to know that you can count on different people? Like the weight of the Sac State Hornets doesn't sit on the shoulders of one guy. Like, you could count on different people game to game.
Yeah, he had 0 points at halftime, so he got the wake up call at halftime at Fresno. So the finish.
Did that wake up call from Coach Patrick?
yeah, it was definitely a wake up call from Coach Patrick. Yeah, allow one. But I think what we have is those that have seen us play. We're big. We're big on the interior, and I think we value playing inside out. And so when you got Zach Chappelle hitting shots on the outside and Austin Patterson hitting shots on the outside, then you have Callum McRae and Nicole Maween scoring in the post. It makes you pick your poison how you want to guard us, on the defensive end of the floor. So as those guys continue to grow and as we have different pieces, like you said, contribute to us winning, hopefully that helps us going into Big Sky play.
Hey, Coach, before we get you out of here, like I said, you've been everywhere in the game of basketball, man. So I like these opportunities to ask you different questions about different levels. And we've had a little fun the last couple of weeks with the Kings and the schedule. And how people always talk about, oh, that's a built-in loss, the last game of a 6-game road trip, or you got to be careful about that first game back off the road trip, all this other stuff.
Second night of a doubleheader,
right?
Back to back.
Are these things you've been in NBA locker rooms and on an NBA team? Are these things real? Like last game of a homestand last game of a road trip, is that like damn near an impossible game to win in the first game back? Like, are these things real to you?
I don't think so. I think a lot of it's your team and how it's built, the veterans on your team. If guys have been in those situations before, it helps. And that first home game back, they took a step back to the Hornets, so everyone thinks they're coming home and winning. So what I did tell our team is we miss free throws too, because they missed a lot of free throws that game. And they make half those free throws or 4 of them. Game's a different game. But look, I think there's a lot of voodoo with that. You see the great Bulls that we grew up watching. The great Warrior teams, like they win 72, 68 games, like that doesn't faze them.
Yeah.
It's another doubleheader tonight. With the women play before the men.
Oh
do.
yeah.
So this is it's a road doubleheader. I love that you guys are doing, man, and that's awesome. And then the women's program is just phenomenal. I can't wait to get out there and watch them play.
Yeah, they're rolling, man. I think they're 8-2. Got a chance to be 9-2 tonight, and so we go there early and try to support them. What they're doing over there is phenomenal, and actually set the bar for us between football and women's basketball. We got a high bar to catch up to.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Though.
Yeah,
y'all doing it right now, man.
Y'all get there, Coach. Merry Christmas. Go get that win. I know nothing will make your Christmas better than getting this dub and coming back to Sac tonight, man. So go get it done. We'll be watching.
You guys, man. Merry Christmas. Have a blessed time with your family, and see you next week.